What's up, y'all? Welcome to a new episode of Transcending the Culture. We are your hosts. I am James, and we have the amazing, the beautiful Cat Queen here with us.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I know you like, what the hell is he talking about? What's up?
I'll never turn down a compliment. So,
That's what I'm saying. That's my cuz. Now, what's going on?
nothing much. Just trying to stay dry on this rainy day.
Listen, why is it so cold so fast? What's up with that?
It's fall. As you know, the first day of fall was
Leave it 2 days
Sunday.
in. Don't do that.
Well, I'm a fall baby. This my season, so I done already ate my first pumpkin spice food. So I'm
Yeah,
in it. I'm in it.
and spice. Ugh. What's up
I'll
with
take
sweet?
offense to that.
What's up with sweet potato? Pumpkin spice?
That is the flavor of the season. I like sweet potato pie, my favorite, but I'm be controversial. My favorite is pumpkin. I ain't gonna cap. And so since I'm really the outlier, I usually get a whole pie to myself
Okay.
for Thanksgiving. So but yeah, I'm all about the apple flavor. Like we didn't have some apple crisp cake. We done had some pumpkin spice donuts. Like I'm all I need is some apple cider. I'm good.
I'm a quick front. It actually, when you say pumpkin spice, it actually is. I'm a quick front. Yeah, I'm a quick front. Well, that's what's up. It do stink that it's so cold outside so early. Like I really did not expect it to be this way so soon. Um,
Right.
it just was like I got up and I went out earlier today, and it was like kind of deep into the morning, and it just was like cold and
Mm.
dark, like it was gonna rain. Um, it really didn't rain too much up here.
Oh, it
Um,
was
you
raining a
that one?
lot today.
You said it did rain a
Um,
lot there.
yeah, it rained a lot here in Akron. Off and on, off and on. But this morning it was pouring. Your little niece Kayla was scared to go out to the bus because she was like, I don't want to get my Nike jacket wet. So yeah, but I'm happy. I'm excited for fall. You guys know Kat is a Scorpio. So my birthday is coming up soon.
What you doing for your birthday?
I don't know. I was thinking about having a party down at the Paint. But
Ooh,
I want to do something fun. I just want to let loose. I feel like I haven't really done it. I didn't really vacation this summer. I didn't do anything fun. I didn't really get to, have one in a wild night. So that's really what I want to do. I want to have some wild nights. I want to make sure I'm not driving. I'm not the driver because
yeah.
I don't know, how many shots I'm gonna get for my birthday. But I'm excited. That's what I
Well,
want to do.
now we gonna have to figure out what how far is it from now? What day is it?
So my birthday is on November 5th. So my birthday is like a
Oh,
week after Halloween,
okay. Hmm.
which
We
explains why
gonna
I like Halloween so much. I'm going to be doing a lot of Halloween events. I'm going to dress up probably like 3, 4 times. So I will
you
be
said
doing some
3 or 4
Halloween.
times. Lord have mercy.
Yes. I dressed up at least twice for Halloween.
Okay.
Last year I was the Queen of Hearts and then Ice Spice.
Okay, so you know what? We're gonna have to do something because you said you was thinking about having a party at, you said, at Pink.
No, I was being funny. I was being funny by saying the club. If you don't know, if you guys don't watch P Valley, they call the
You know
club
I don't.
the
So
Paint. I
you know
forgot you
I don't
don't
watch.
watch
You know
P
I don't
Valley.
watch P Valley. So I'm
That's your assignment, James. Please watch P Valley. Please. Before the next, I think the next season is coming out 2025. We got some awesome shows coming out in 2025. Like I'm
yeah.
excited. The
That
strike
tell
is
you I don't know,
over.
and I'm thinking it's a real club. I'm like, oh, for real?
Like at the Pink. Where is that
I don't know.
at? But they call it the Paint. So that's basically the booty club. I'm trying to go to, I'm trying to go shake my booty, dance. I'm trying to well, I don't know if I want to spend some money so much or I want to throw somebody else's money. But something fun, something a wild night really is what I'm looking for. So
Okay. I'm gonna have to think of some. I'm gonna have to think of something too. We're gonna have to do something for you up here and have like a hotel or something, so then you ain't got to drive back home.
yes, that would be perfect. I love partying in Cleveland. Cleveland's my favorite place to party for real.
Okay, that's gonna be the plan. That's gonna be the plan. Okay, November 5th. November 5th. Okay,
Ooh.
okay. And you say it's a bunch of new shows coming up?
Yeah, well, the writer strike is over, so we're getting like a lot of seasons of shows that are highly anticipated. We got The
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tales coming out. We got
Talks about the Handmaid's Tale. Like I tried to watch a few episodes, and it's taken me a minute to get into it.
it's one of those shows that I would say go watch it when you're like angry or you I don't know, like it's like a trauma show, like it's gonna put you through some stuff, like it ain't something that you're gonna watch, you know, lightly or fun show. It's very deep and dark, and
Okay.
it's very kind of mirrors what's going on in politics right now, honestly, because the main thing of the show is they take away women's reproductive rights. So
Um,
that's really what happens is people aren't having as many children, so they start to take over women and, you know, basically making them have babies and all kind of stuff. So it kind of, if you guys are paying attention to the election and to a lot of the debates, that's one of the main things that they're talking about is, you know, women's reproductive health, taking away the rights to abortions, to health care. We just had a young lady die last week that she had an abortion and she still has some tissue inside of her, and she ended up dying because the doctors were scared to make a move because they didn't really know what the law was. So you guys, please, the election is coming up. Make sure you're watching these debates and you're registered to vote. There are people out every day registering people, so definitely we need to so we don't end up, if you watch The Handmaid's Tale, you like, because it happened quick. It happened with, you know, just taking away rights and doing little by little, and next thing you know, you're living in, you know, where you're controlled completely. So we have that coming out. We have Stranger Things coming out.
okay, I knew that.
Yeah, so we have a lot of things coming out, you guys. Like, oh wait, I'm excited for the new next year. Next year we have a couple new shows.
Okay.
I think coming back, we got Abbott Elementary coming back for the new season.
Yeah.
I'm so
look,
excited.
the stupid thing is I'm binge watching. I'm starting to binge watch now because I had never really watched it because I've been working all the time. So
yeah.
I'm actually starting to binge watch a lot of shows, like, and simple stuff like the Miss Pat Show and Bel Air.
I have to watch Bel Air. I have not watched Bel Air, and I just got Peacock, so I'm gonna be checking Bel Air out.
I hadn't even gotten past the first season. I was still like on maybe the 5th episode in Bel Air because I'm working all the time. So I'm starting to catch up on a lot of stuff now. So that's cool.
Wow. So yeah, you guys, it's a good time to get into some shows. I know there's some new shows on ABC, and then we also have the 911 shows coming back with Angela Bassett. We have the 911 Dallas, and that has Rob Lowe. You know, we got a lot of stuff happening this season. So if you don't have your subscriptions, make sure you're taking advantage of some deals. I know Hulu is $199 right now, so it's a good time it's about to be winter. It's a good time to hunker down and stream some shows, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, y'all, tonight is going to be a really, really good night. Tonight's show is really centering around a lot of the trending topics that are going on. And to be honest with you, as we continue to do future shows, a lot of the shows are really going to center around things that are actually going on, and we're going to start like open discussions and that sort of thing to try to get more people involved and, just active, on the podcast and commenting and that sort of thing. So it's good that you guys are here. We're kind of starting a little bit of that tonight, and we've done a little bit in the past, but a lot of times we have kind of focused a little bit more on some of the guests that we have brought in. And listen, don't get it twisted. We're still going to be having guests on the podcast. People are still going to be popping in. We'll have some people. A lot of times, like, we're going to come in and we really will get started on topics after we do our little small talk. We'll get started on topics and questions and comments and that sort of thing. And then usually somewhere halfway, close to the halfway point, we may bring a guest in, or we might have 2 guests. Somebody might come in and actually join in on the topics with us and that sort of thing. So we're kind of kicking that off tonight. Definitely a lot going on with Diddy, as everybody knows, and Ket has been all over. Ket been all on top of Diddy Watch, like for real.
Diddy Watch, everybody.
It's really kicking up. It's a new lawsuit out there. So, that's going on. I know that you had a number of topics that you were going to talk about, but before we even get in on that, I want to let you guys know that we do have a guest who's going to come onto the show tonight. New Jersey rapper Nob'l. If you guys look at this right here, this actually was our flyer that we had going out online. So he's going to actually be coming on to the podcast. He'll probably be coming on maybe in the next 15 to 20 minutes because we actually had him scheduled for 8 o'clock. But of course, we started a little bit late tonight. So, yeah, so he's going to be popping in probably in the next 15 to 20 minutes. But he's got a new single out titled Bounce Back. He's been out here before, so he's not a brand new artist, but he is kind of back on the scene. So he'll be joining us, and we'll talk to him for a little bit, get his comments and his ideas on some of these topics too. But go ahead, Kat. I'm gonna turn it over to you, so you can let us know what else you had going on.
Oh, the tea is hot with Diddy, guys. Like I can't even, like, it's a new story every 5 minutes with him. Go on and put him under the jail. Go on and bury my dude under the jail. Okay, we're done. It ain't even a question of who, you know. It's so crazy because when these charges, or these, actually, let me take it back. See, these accusations started, there were so many people that were on his side. There was a lot of people speaking out. We had Meek Mills, we had Mary J, we had like a lot of people in, you know, his corner saying that they don't think he did anything wrong or whatever. And it's just like, it's so crazy. So now that we have these charges, and Diddy is trying desperately to get out of prison, out of federal holding, because he hasn't been sentenced yet, so he's in federal holding. And his attorney is offering everything. They've given the passports, they've given this, they've given that, they've given money, they've given deeds to his home, his mother's home. He has said that he will wear an ankle monitor, that he will pay for his own security and check-ins and surveillance and things just so he can get out. But it looks like the judge in this case is unmoved by those things. So it looks like he is reprimanded. At this moment, he is reprimanded to federal custody until he goes to court, which there has been no court date given yet. So, and as we know, with federal court cases, they can take anywhere from 1 year to 10 years to conclude. So Diddy is going to be staying in jail. And we also have a lot of more allegations. He had a new lawsuit coming out. And the crazy thing is that these people that are bringing these lawsuits, they have evidence. They have photographs, they have videos, they have timestamps of when they were with him, when they travel with him. He and it's really a lot of the similar story. Him working with young artists, saying, you know, come to this party and I'll do this and I'll do that. And what they didn't know is they were being secretly recorded, allegedly drugged, allegedly, you know, coerced into doing things that they would not otherwise do. And then when they didn't want to, he would confront them with these tapes and with these pictures and allegations. So a lot of these people were really scared, and a lot of people are coming out because they do feel now that he is locked up that they have that extra protection. So what do you think about the new lawsuits and the new accusations from different people that are really showing that they were really with Diddy and they were really, you know, there? And
it's digging the hole so much deeper than, you know, what it already was. And I mean, listen, the reality, like if you have worked in or anywhere around this industry over the last 30 years, then you have heard the rumblings. Like it's not just now. Like it's not just because Cassie said something that this stuff is coming out. Like this stuff has been going around for years. And I mean, the reality is, if you really think of people like Jaguar Wright been talking about it for 3-4 years now.
Absolutely.
And then now listen, I ain't gonna say she gonna seem a little loopy. I mean, we all. I'm just saying that it's just really it's not even ironic anymore now that everything that's coming out is stuff that she has been saying for the last 3 years. Like her and Gene Deal, like they have been saying this stuff, saying it, and nobody, you know, it's
nobody cared until it was a credible witness.
Right. It's basically been on deaf ears. And the thing that's kind of striking me now is that, like, you have even more people who are coming forward and saying, oh, I remember this happened. Like Justin Bieber was dating Selena Gomez, and Gomez has now come out and said, yeah, I remember this weird encounter when Justin was dating, or when I was dating Justin, and all, it's just like she got something to say now. And then if you go back 10 years to one of the episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they're talking
Chloe
going to the party, and everybody at the party was naked, and she saw Justin Bieber there. So
it's crazy
really,
that and it's crazy that these adults saw those things, and now you're bringing it up like, oh, I saw Justin Bieber around underage Justin Bieber around these naked people partying and doing, engaging in sexual activities, and now I'm thinking it's weird when it was like, you didn't think it was weird then,
right? I mean, people,
and that is not his first allegations of grooming a young man, because let's not forget that he had custody of Usher at one point in time. People don't understand. Usher's mom signed over custody of him when he was like 13, 14, and he was supposed to be studying under Diddy, and Diddy had him a house, and they were, all this stuff. When Usher's mom said she came back about a year later, she said Usher was a completely different person. He grew up too fast. And when they played him the music, Usher has a first album, and it was all sexual music that a child should not have been talking about. So she immediately grabbed him up. But we're also starting to hear a lot more allegations of Usher being complicit in seeing these things and not really saying anything. And the crazy thing is, I know a lot of people saw over the weekend, Usher claimed he was hacked. His Twitter was hacked, and he deleted 7,000 tweets. So, and there were a lot of people that were that there was in close proximity with Diddy. People you don't even think of. Even Pink. Pink had a very close working relationship with Diddy. She was under L.A. Reid. She worked with those people. She ended up deleting about, I think they said 1,000 tweets or something. So you're starting to see people cleaning up their image. People are looking at their pages and seeing that, last week they had pictures up with Diddy and at Diddy's events, and now they're scrubbing that clean, any trace. So it's just really crazy. They said that in Dawn Richards' lawsuit, she did say that Usher and Neo were sitting at a table while he gut punched Cassie, and they didn't do anything and didn't say anything and continue conducting business. So now it's like people looking at Usher crazy. People are looking at DJ Khaled. Like, we're looking at Meek Mill. Meek Mills is he said that he wants to spend $10,000 or something, or I forget how much, for somebody to investigate whether or not he was in
$100,000, and I think he sounds stupid as.
He said, I'm going to pay $100,000 to someone to prove that I wasn't involved in this. But let's just say 6 months ago, you was just, that's my bro, and you was hanging out with him. And so, but how could someone prove that you weren't involved? Like, I'm not really getting where the proof that, like, how can somebody prove that? So, and then we have the Fed saying that there are a lot of tapes, and that these tapes involve a lot of victims, celebrities, a lot of people. And the biggest thing is that when these tapes are going to be entered in evidence in court, they are going to go public. These tapes are going to go public. Let's not forget how many, autopsies we've seen, how many, anytime something is entered in evidence like that, it's going to get out. Somebody is going to download that file from the police database, and it's going to be out. And I'm just wondering, how bad is it going to be for the people? Somebody, it's going to be a nice patrol officer.
But here's the question for you, though. Speaking of Wendy, because you mentioned Wendy, ain't it crazy how this the shit that she got fired over so many years ago, and now here it is all coming out? Like, it just imagine what she would be having to say right now if she was still,
Wendy, we need you. And when we say that, we mean Wendy of the past in her right state of mind. Right now, Wendy, you need your rest, and we good with that. But if I had a bippity boppity boo magic wand, my good auntie Wendy would be on her purple chair. She would be tearing him up.
Oh yeah.
Now I ain't got it. I ain't got as much cojones as Miss Wendy, so I'm gonna keep it cute. I'm gonna keep it cute. I ain't trying to get fired from UG Digital, so I'm not gonna do too much on Diddy. But I miss Wendy because she not only knew what she was talking about, she knew the back, the front,
Yeah.
She would have knew everything. She would have been
Yeah.
able to break down who, what, when, where, dates.
Uh-huh.
And if you guys don't know, Mindy always called herself the queen of media and the queen of all media because she started on radio, very successful. She was at the top of her game when she exposed Diddy for very questionable sexual behaviors, and he took her down. He took her down. That she never worked in radio again. She never worked in radio again. Now, my good sis was able to turn that into a TV career, but she was, after that, she never really kind of got on Diddy like that no more. She might have reported a little bit, but
remember, she actually brought him on the show.
She did. They was supposed to be all buddy or whatever, but it's just so crazy. And that just shows if he would do that in public, if he would publicly do that to somebody, then we know that these allegations, what they say, he did that. So we'll get more into Diddy and the rest of the hot topics later on in the show, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely gonna come back to that. We're gonna stop for a second because our guest for the night has actually popped in, and I know he's on the schedule. He's doing a media run right now, so we're gonna stop right now. As I told you guys before when we got started, this guy, really dope. Comes from the Jersey area. He goes by the name Nob'l, Nob''L. Really good music out here. He's got a new single out titled "Bounce Back." That's out right now, just came out a couple weeks ago. But there's also music from the past. So we've had a chance to go back and actually listen to some of his prior music. And it's gonna be a really good conversation. We got about 10 to 15 minutes with him. So we're gonna go ahead and bring him on now. I got us together for a minute, Kat.
I'm like, is she?
Okay, there we go. Hey, what's going on, man? Well, I think you're on mute.
Hold on, guys. We be having those technical difficulties.
Listen, it'd be across the board.
Across the board, everybody. Y'all know how it goes. Y'all know when y'all log onto y'all Zoom meeting at work, it'd be a little weird, but y'all don't know because y'all be having y'all camera off. Who am I talking to? James, you said don't do our transcenders like that. They be
I do that too.
I guess that was just me, huh? I used to be having my camera. I used to be looking like a ooga booga on the camera, but my profile picture be real cute. I'd be a jump scare. They say, "Kat, can you cam up?" I'm like, "Cam up? Oh gosh, girl, I ain't even brushed my hair." Oh, so yeah. But I got a chance to listen to some of his music, and it's really dope. I actually put the Bounce Back song on my story, and do you know I was singing the melody all day?
So the thing is,
like, oh man, this is hold on.
Right.
Hold on. I like it's a little catchy tune.
The actual beat to it, the surrounding music. I feel like it's a sample.
That's what I thought, but I couldn't place it. So I definitely wanted to talk to him about that because I'm like, I know this, but I don't know
so I did want to ask
from where. So I'm definitely excited about that. And I've been seeing a new trend with music with people keeping it more positive and more clean.
Yeah.
And, just and that's what I like. I miss music that you could play in the car with your mama, with your kids, because whenever I get to playing Sexy Red, my mama get mad.
But I think people are starting to have a lot more fun with their music. Like friends to the show, Coffee Brown, like they doing it out here.
Yes.
They are really doing it right now. And Vinny from Naughty by Nature, like he's doing a really good job. Like they are really doing good right now. They've been out touring, and the new single is out now. Album is going to be coming. Like they're doing really dope.
I need to catch up on Vinny's on his show on YouTube. Yeah. I have to catch up on it because they were doing, what were they doing? Fried, they were eating fried something. Fried watermelon. And I was telling my mom, like, look, we're gonna have to try this. I saw Vinny eating it. He said it was good. He said it was official. So we got to try that fried watermelon. I want to get me some fair food. What's your favorite fair food when you go to the fair or the music park, James?
You know what? Usually it's like corn dogs. Usually I want
Corn
like
dog
corn.
transcenders. Drop your favorite
Yeah,
fair food down in the comments. What do you like to
yeah,
eat at the fair?
yeah. Tell us what
What's
your
your
favorite
favorite
food
thing?
is. I usually like corn dogs. I'm starting to get the,
Mm.
like
You got to
the.
get the cheese on the stick. That's what you do. The corn dog, but it got cheese in. You know. So
What's up, man? Can you?
Hey Nob'l, can
Yeah,
you
I'm
hear
good
us?
now. Can you hear me?
There we
Yep.
go. There we go. What's up, man?
Something's wrong, man. I had to log all the way out and come back in and then
It's all good, man. It's
No
all good.
problem. We not new to stuff like that, so we got you.
Appreciate it.
Listen, man, we really, really appreciate you for coming on. You know, one of the things with this podcast, we like to really bring people on that we feel are building the culture and putting out, like, you know, what people are missing, what music is missing, and people that are just having a good time, positive messages and that sort of thing. So we appreciate you for taking the time to come on. I know you had a press day today.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you being here. I saw Kat, she tagged me on the IG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was feeling the song. Man, because you know I watch my story 1,000 times. Like, ooh, ain't I cute? I'm driving. I'm
okay.
feeling this. Okay.
I hear you. That's what it is.
No, so
I did hear everything you were saying. Even when I was in, I heard everything you were saying. So I caught you. You wanted to ask about the sample and some other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Well, first of all, let everybody know who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Nob'l, a hip hop artist from Jersey. Born in Philly, but got roots in Philly, but grew up most of my time in Jersey. Spent about a year and a half in Florida when I was younger. So yeah, man, Jersey pretty much raised me for the most part. Different parts of Jersey, but they're all like close together.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man, that's it.
So no, I think it's really cool. We've, you know, obviously heard the single Bounce Back. I've actually had the opportunity to kind of go back and listen to some of the previous music. You had a project back in 2015-ish. I saw something like 2011. So you've been out here before. What happened that kind of took you away, and then, you know, obviously what brings you back?
So I would say what took me away was just desire. Honestly, I just lost the desire. I'm a music producer too, so like I was always doing music production. But as far as being an artist, I just lost it. I just felt like I don't have a desire to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to write about. I'm a type of person where I don't really make music or write songs unless I have something to say. So if I don't have anything to say, I don't really write that much. But I usually have a lot to say. But there just came a time where it's like I'm just like there's nothing significant that I really want to talk about. And I lost the passion to perform. I love performing. I just lost it all. I just didn't have any desire, and I felt like I was done. Honestly, I told a lot of people when I put out that project. You probably see, I think it's 2018. I put out that project, the full album. I told people, I said, you know, this is probably my first solo project and my last. Because even at that time, I just felt like I knew I just didn't have any desire. You know? Yeah. So around that time was probably when I stopped writing. Probably a little bit before that, because when that project came out, some of that music was done already. So it had been years probably since I, you know, really started writing again. It just hit me out of nowhere. You know, I had a home studio, and you know, I'm doing music production, and I'm making a beat, and all of a sudden, words start coming, and I'm like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, okay, this all right. This all right. I'm like, okay. And it just kept coming. I'm like, oh wow, like, and then it just song after song just kept coming out. Like I ended up dropping like probably about 17, 18 songs just started just coming out of me in succession. And I was just on like a frenzy, just writing, recording. So yeah, the song basically came from that time and period. I just felt like I'm done. Like, what's the point? I've been doing this for a while and nothing happening. So I'm gonna keep making music, keep producing because I love it. So, as far as the artist part, I feel like I'm done.
I think it makes perfect sense because, like, even on the outside looking in and really looking at the industry, so much has changed, even between 2018 and now. Like so much stuff has changed. But even if you look at maybe 5 to 10 years before that, like things were evolving like so quickly. So the game has really completely changed. Do you feel like it's easier now? Do you feel like it's any more difficult now? Like where are you in terms of that?
I feel like anything that's worth anything is going to be difficult. If anything that's worth it, it's going to be hard. So I wouldn't say it's easier. I just say it's different. Because I feel like even a lot of major artists, which you call major, like on major labels. I was listening to something from Timberland yesterday on his IG. He was posting something about how all these artists were getting dropped from these major labels on one day, different things, how the industry is shifting. I feel like there's just a lot of major people that want major deals are realizing they don't want to do it. They want to do it. And there's definitely a lot more work you have to do personally to make that successful, because it's all on your team around you and everything. But it's also you also get to just be you and not have people tell you who you need to be, what you need to be, how you need to do it, all this stuff. So I don't feel like it's easier. I feel like it could be harder in a way because music is very saturated in our culture. And anyone in the living room plug up a microphone, have a beat, and start rapping and put it out on on streaming service, where that wasn't the case years ago. You had to go through certain channels to really get your music out. So you deal with that. But I feel like even though I'll say maybe a little harder, but just from that perspective, but I would say it's easier because just the freedom and you're able to do things your way.
So you talked about, going to that place, and I think that a lot of artists have that where you just kind of lose your spark. And like you said, sometimes a lot of artists, they don't have anything to say. They don't have any. Sometimes you have to have those experiences and find that inspiration again. What brought you back, and how did you change that into your new single? Like, how did you transition from feeling like you didn't have anything to say and then getting that spark and then having this new single bounce back?
So what brought me back? I mean, honestly, it was just it was just that moment where I just started writing. It was just organic. It just happened. But it also, when I started writing and when I started making music and just reflecting, I started saying to myself, like I said in the beginning of the song, I said, like the basketball, no matter how many times you hit the ground, you'll bounce back. And I'm very familiar with basketball because that was my life before music. So, I felt like that's what brought me back. Just realizing and remembering, like, look, this is life. You have ups, you have downs. You're going to go through things. Everybody going to go through that. There's a quote that Jalen Hurts, I'm a big Eagles fan. Jalen Hurts said something says, so what, now what? And that's basically like similar to like the approach I think I had, like, okay, this happened. Okay, this didn't work. Okay, this didn't work. But so what? Now what? Now what you going to do about it? And it's kind of like that, pick yourself up off the ground. Like, what you going to do? You going to lay here? How long you going to sit here? How long you going to lay on your face? When you going to just get up and do something about it? So I feel like when I started writing again, it kind of just put a little, my chest stuck out a little bit more, and my head went up a little bit, and I just felt like, okay, okay, I can do this. And it didn't hurt that I felt like what I was writing and what I was producing was what I consider the best music I've ever done. Like even when I got outside myself and just listened to it, I'm very critical of myself. A lot of creators are. But when I got outside myself and just started listening to it, I said, wow, this is actually good. Like I don't say that about anything I do. But when I was listening to it, I'm just like, and I let some people hear it, and I was like, this is actually good. So I think a combination of just a lot of that, just realizing, just pick yourself up. Don't have a pity party. Don't feel bad for yourself. Nobody will feel bad for you. Nobody will, just gotta get up. Get up.
You should definitely be saying that about yourself because your music is awesome. What do you think about what we're seeing, a new trend and people having a new hunger for music that's positive, less cursing, less down on yourself and talking about all these, parties and substances and stuff? What do you think about people really craving that, and how did you kind of give that to the community? Because that's kind of what I heard listen to the single. Like it was so positive. It had me ready. I was running off, doing all my errands. Like,
keep doing that.
Okay.
Keep doing that. Yeah. So I feel like I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Can you repeat it one more time? I lost my. As soon as I'm about to say, I lost my train of thought.
People are really, craving more positive music, and so how did you run with that and make it so good and make it so pleasing to the ears?
Okay, yeah. So I think people are craving for it because people want something that's real, and I feel like the things that we've been pushing for so long in music, it's just not real. Like, it's real to a certain group of people, but that's a small percentage of our community. Like a bigger percentage of community, they go to work, they have regular relationships, they got family issues, they have they not riding around in Bentleys and all they live regular lives, and that's the majority of people. And I feel like people are like, nah, I don't got a $100,000 chain around my neck, like what I mean. I ain't got 8 baddies with me sitting, like the music. Like, no, like I got me, my girl, my wife, whoever, my kid, and I want some music that reflects that. So I feel like a lot of people are getting to that. Like even earlier, like way back in hip hop, when the whole gangster movement started in the '90s. Like that was the whole thing of people saying like, well, this is real. This is what we deal with in the streets. This is real. And I feel like that's what drew people in. But I also like to balance that, say that's real, but having your family is also real. So talk about it all. Having your friends, loving sports, loving whatever it is you do on a day-to-day basis. I think people want to hear that.
Yes, and so I think that's exactly why James brought you on the show, because you're literally transcending the culture. Like you're doing something so positive. Like just that, having access to music like that can be so transformative in a person's life, because what you intake is what you're gonna give out. So I really am trying in my own life to listen to and consume more positive media, so that's what I'm giving. And like you said, it's more something people can relate to, because like you said, they be talking about, take that dude's money and do this and do that, and I'm like, ooh, girl, you said what now? So thank you for everything that you were doing, and I'm going to be looking forward to hearing more from you, James.
Yeah, absolutely. I just and just to piggyback off of her a little bit, like I think I'm really appreciative of who you are and what you represent as an artist. And I mean, let's be real, like it's really room for everybody out here. So whether it's people who are conscious rappers, or whether you have like the gangster rappers, or whether like it's room for everybody. And obviously there's an audience for all of it. But I gotta keep it real, like as I'm getting older, and I think I'm probably the only one out of like our whole group that really embraces like the age thing. So I'm like 47, and I'm just like, as I get older, like I need more substance in the music, and I need to know that like it's a message behind it. I'm not even so much as worried about for my kid. I mean, he's 18 now, but I mean, he listens to a wide array of music. So I mean, he listens to the gangster rappers, he listens to jazz, he listens to gospel, so I mean, so he's listening to everything all over the place. That's good. I need it for myself, because it's so shit going on out here in the world, and just so much stuff happening, and so much that we dealing with, that sometimes you don't want to hear all the crazy shit. Like
enough.
I need to hear a real message. And it's so many. I'm gonna even take it a step further and say that it's a ton of artists out there who really are that type of artist, that really have a positive message and they want to put that out there. But a lot of them are going with what's hot right now, because it's like they want to make some money, they want to sell. They've been trying to do this for so long, and they know that this is gonna get them there. And what they really want to do may not necessarily get them there as quick or whatever. So I really applaud you for not being afraid to just be who you are, and having walked away from it, because you said that I really ain't got nothing to say. Like I really ain't got nothing to talk about. Whereas some other people would have kept on trying to push it, and they just would have failed miserably. And then they would be in a position where they can't come back. So I think
there's also a point where you just have self-reflection too, man. I think that time down now means to just reflect and really soul search.
Yeah, and I just think it's dope. I think it's good to see, like, even if you're stepping away just to pick up like other trades and other tools and the ability to do some other things that you producing on the side. And you do, like, it's really cool to be able to kind of get a bag from a lot of different places and a lot of different areas and whatnot. So I mean, I think that you are really a clear example, like a clear cut example of like true artistry. I think there's a lot of people who will really appreciate you for who you are, what you represent, and then the single bounce back is really, really good. Is it a sample? Because I've been trying to figure it out, and I hadn't really, like, you know you can obviously dig and you can look around and see if this is. I hadn't did all of that. I just been listening to the
Inquiring
song.
minds
Every
want to
time I
know.
listen, I feel like
James usually can pick it out. Now that's one that he's
Yes.
like, this is such and such from
I listen to a
1987.
lot of music, so usually I can
Like,
pick up on, even if it's a sample and who it might be. I might not know the name of the song, but I usually could pick up where it came from. And this, I'm like, I don't know, but it's cool though. Like, it beat in the car, so I'm like,
yeah. So to answer your question, no samples.
okay.
No sample. So, but to give you, it started with a sample. Well, it started with a vocal sample.
Okay, I got you.
From what's the name of that? Spandau Ballet. That song, the most popular song, something like that. But I used a vocal sample in there, but all the instrumentation is me. So I ended up trying to reach out to them to get clearance for it. Never heard anything back, so I took it out and just remade with my own voice.
Gotcha.
So it's actually the voice, even the vocal stuff in there is me, my voice just pitched a certain way and manipulated inside of production.
I think it's better without the sample. So
it helps me. I don't have to worry about paying nobody or being
right, yeah.
So that's I love samples, but my issue, I sample a lot, but I haven't released stuff for samples because I don't want people coming back to me later on. Like, I might get away with it now, but it always is in the back of my mind. Like, what if this just so happens to blow up?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they come looking for it. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just leave the samples out for now.
No, I got you. Well,
but yeah,
listen, man.
I played the music on there. I played guitar. I played bass. So that's all live instrumentation. So that's why it probably sounds like a sample.
I like that too, because then
That's
when you go do shows and you can have like a live band. Like, I love when artists come. They like tell me you wasn't feeling Juvenile when he did the on NPR.
The Tiny Desk.
Yeah, Tiny Desk.
He tore that up.
Man, listen, I love all the Tiny Desks. I love all of it.
Man, you'd have thought I was there. Like that was dope. I love live instrumentation though.
Yeah,
so like that's really dope.
I was shocked. I'm ready to back that thing up to a whole guitar, bass, drums. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I feel you.
So when you perform, do you play your tracks? Have you ever played with a live band? And would you ever like play while you're singing, or what does that look like when you're performing?
I think so. I played with live bands before. I think that's what made me get more into adding live instrumentation to my music. Just because of the feel of it. I love the feel of live music. So I'll have my drum machines and electronic music, but I usually will incorporate something. I'll play electric guitar, I'll play acoustic guitar, I'll play bass, and I'll play keys. So I'll incorporate something of that in there. And I think that's why you may think, may hear it like sound like a sample, because samples come from live instrumentation. So yeah, I've actually performed one time with my guitar. I really had to prepare for it because it's hard to play and rap at the same time because of the cadence. I did it one time with an acoustic guitar. I played acoustic and I rapped while I was doing acoustic. And it's something I'm going to revisit with this project. I might do an acoustic version of this song. I'm thinking about doing that and putting it out on social media maybe. Yeah. I want to do some different versions with this. I'm thinking about doing a live band with this. A few different things. So yeah.
I know we can't keep you too long, man. I know I'm really pushing the edge.
Hey man, what you gotta do?
What is your take on where I guess the state of music right now, like where things are in the music industry right now?
Man, so creatively, or like just.
Well, I'll say creatively, because I mean, I guess when I think about it, like, you know, obviously, again, so much has changed in the music industry, and you have so many more artists now who are independent, and you have so many different resources and opportunities to kind of do your own thing and make your own music, and you can make it from your bedroom and put your stuff out yourself on TuneCore or any of, you know, it's so many different resources that are out there now. Where do you think things are creatively? Like, do you think that, you know, it's really in a good place, or?
I think it's in a pretty good place creatively. It's, you know, when I say creatively, I'm thinking more production wise.
Yeah.
Just I feel like music is getting back to some of just the real elements. Even, you know, Kendrick dropped this, you know, the new why can't the party dies, something like that. The one he just dropped, and just when you listen to it, I mean, it's a sample, of course, but I think a lot of people in hip hop, especially, are leaning more back into that type of music. You know, let's bring some substance to what we're saying. So I feel like in that aspect is definitely in a good place creatively. I would like to see more people not try to be carbon copies of other people. I think that's where I do feel like it's the issue where we already have a Drake. We don't need to know. We already got, you know, like, we need to know, who are you? Like, what's your sound? Like,
and do you think that is making the oversaturation to where people are just, you know, don't know who to listen to?
Yeah, and I do, because a lot of things sound the same. That's why when somebody like Kendrick comes out, it's like, whoa, because he's not doing what everyone else is doing.
Right.
So
see, that's where you are too, though. Like, you know, when we listen to your music, it don't sound like nothing else.
Nothing that's out right now. Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like that's what people, that's why I think the issue I do have is there, that people, you gotta find where you're at in your lane. You gotta be comfortable with your skin. And I think for me, that took time. I think that was that downtime that helped me kind of resolve that within myself. Just be like, look, it may not be everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. But you got to do what you do and be who you are. You don't want to be a carbon copy of somebody else. You got something special and unique in you that nobody else has. So let the world see. And I feel like when we trying to be like the next person because it's a trend, because this was popular, we do ourselves a disservice. We don't let the world see us. And, you know, we got enough of, you know, the same type of music out there. Like, yeah, let's do something different. And I'm all about doing something different, trying to do something new. Just stretch the boundaries.
So what's next for you now? The new single is out there. When are you looking at like your project, or a full-length project dropping?
So I'm hoping it can drop maybe spring. Tentatively, I'm thinking spring of 2025. Maybe put out another single. I'm hoping for another single early 2025, maybe like January, February. But the project is done. The whole project is done right now. So it's just a matter of, you know, when it comes out. So it's just sitting there ready to be released to the world.
Okay. Any shows coming up? Any touring or anything like that?
No shows as of yet. A lot of stuff I'm doing right now is just a lot of marketing, through the internet, things like that. Creating some visuals. That's what we're working on now. Doing some more visuals, content like that. Putting that out. But yeah, if the opportunity arises, I'll definitely be right back on that stage. I love the stage. I love being on there. I'm a very introverted person. So when people see me, I don't talk a lot. When people see me on stage, they're like, yeah, that's somebody different. Because when they see me on stage, I mean, I could be in a room and you not even know I'm there. So I'm very observant and I'm very quiet. So like I watch, I think a lot, I see everything. I just, I'm a real observant person. So when I'm on stage, they're like, yeah, you're a whole other person. I would love to, be right back on that stage at some point soon.
I think that's dope, man. In terms of people keeping up with you, is there a website, social media that you want to shout all that out real quick?
Yeah, and how do we stream?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can stream on Apple Music, any Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, wherever you get your music, you can stream there. But you gotta make sure when you put Nob'l in, two things. Nob'l is not spelled with an E. The spell with an E is not me. And it also has N-O-B apostrophe L. So you gotta remember to put that in. Nob'l, N-O-B apostrophe L, sing, bounce back, whatever will come up. But I would say the best way is to just go to my website, because there you can find all the links to my social links, whether it be IG, X now, not Twitter, Facebook, whatever social links I'm on, you can find there. You can stream on there, you can also listen to the song there, you can find all the digital links too as well. So, and you can see also like YouTubes and videos. So I would say go to www.itsnobl.com, itsnobl.com, and right there you find everything.
Okay. Well, listen, man, I really want to say thank you for coming onto the platform. I've been in this business doing media for 24 years. So I started in 2001. And, I've been blessed to work for, some different platforms and different companies and whatnot. But I launched this company, it's been 10 years now. So like one of the things that we really focus on doing, with this platform and with all of our platforms, because this is a full network. We have a radio station launching Friday night at midnight. And it's the podcast network launched a year ago. We've been publishing a digital magazine for 10 years. And again, I'm doing media for 20 years. So what I do with this network and with this platform as a whole is we really want to push artists, obviously bring people on here of your caliber and people with positive messages. And it's not just music, it's entrepreneurs, it's actors. We've had some of the biggest people on here, and then we've had the smallest people on here too. The thing is, we want to push us. So I know you don't necessarily get that with a lot of platforms, or a lot of people are really just looking when you have something going on. We like to build the relationships where obviously we go through publicists and managers and that sort of thing, but also the artist. We want the artist to feel comfortable and feel as though they're family. And if they need to reach out to us for something or they need help, like I say all of that just to say, like, if you need us to push anything, if you want to come on the platform, all you got to do is say the word. You ain't got to go through a whole chain of command of people or nothing. You can send either one of us a message or a DM or anything and say, hey, I want to get on, and we will fix it and work it out. And again, it's really just about us building the relationships and showing that we're genuine. Like that we ain't pushing no false narrative or no craziness or nothing like that. We just want to share you with the world. And all of this is like purpose and passion. So like we're here for a reason. And I know that what you're doing is purpose and passion. So that's why we wanted you on the platform when I saw the opportunity. And I've done a lot of stuff over the years with Trade Day too. So like it was really, really cool when I saw that. And I'm gonna tell you too, usually when I see who the publicist is or I see who's got it going on, I'm like, yeah, this is a good person, because this is a good person. Because I know the person who sent it to me don't send me nothing crazy, and I know at Trade Day don't do nothing crazy. So like when I saw it, I was like, yeah, we're gonna try to work that into the show tomorrow. So like I appreciate you for coming on, man. Anything you feel like we could do for you, let us know. Of course, everybody's got your website since you shared that. We'll be sending people that way, and the video will, obviously continue to stream on the network indefinitely. So, I mean, that's going to be there for a lot of people to see it. It's been people popping in and popping out and popping in and popping out. So a number of people have seen it already, but we've had it obviously on YouTube, and it's on Facebook, and it's on Twitter, and it's everywhere. So we will keep it going, man. We appreciate you. We just need you to come to Cleveland so that we can, get you in
yeah.
all of that. Anything you want to get out, like last comments or anything?
No, I just want to say, man, thank you for having me on, man. I really appreciate it, man. It's a pleasure talking to you both.
Absolutely.
Really, man, it's good to be here. Yeah, I didn't know you was in Cleveland.
Yeah, we in Cleveland. You got people here?
Not too far.
Nah, but I rolled through there last year, maybe 2 years, year and a half, 2 years ago. When I was going to Detroit.
Okay.
Union, so I rolled through Ohio. Got to ride through Cleveland a little bit, see what's up. Okay, so Cleveland's about.
Well, you gotta come kick it, man. Yeah, you gotta come to Cleveland and kick it, man.
Okay. I'll take you up on that.
All right, man. Well, listen, we appreciate you. Tell your people I'm sorry. I know real quick we turned the 15-minute interview into like 35, 40 minutes. So
I ain't worried about it, man. I'm here. So I'm good.
All right, man. You have a good night, though.
Thank you for coming on. Bye.
Thank you again. See you.
All right. See, we have some dope interviews because
these artists are just getting better and better. Woo! Yeah. My Apple Music library is full. Okay.
right.
And I'm serious. And you know, Michaela is a musical. She won most musical last year for her class. When I was playing the song, she's gonna be singing that song. That's probably gonna be the song of the week. It probably is. Because she was the melody. Like it has just a something that is like, okay, I got this stuck in my head. So I know he definitely has a future ahead of him.
Absolutely. It beat in the car too, though. So like that's the cool thing. Like, you can listen to it and you know that okay, this gonna beat when I hit the car.
Well, he said he's a producer, so I'm pretty sure he made sure that everything is everything, you know. So more power to him. That was to Nob'l. Shout out to Nob'l. And you guys definitely go.
Look, Kathy out here talking about funnel cakes and candy apples. I'm like, oh shit.
I know. So yeah, let's go back to see what some of our answers from our transcenders were. We asked, what is your favorite fair food? What do you like to eat at the fair? What do you like at the Cedar Point, the carnival? So we got funnel cakes and candy apples, and then we have Linda Griffin saying funnel cakes. These are my favorites too. And I'm just like my mom. Y'all know Miss Kathy is my mom. And I am a big fan of candy apples. Now caramel apples are always good, but the candy where it's hard, you gotta break that, that glass exterior and bite it, and it's nothing like it. I haven't had one since we usually have like Italian Fest or something downtown. And I didn't go to any this summer, so I've missed out on my candy apples. So
what's she talking about? Captain Crunch chicken burger?
Wait, what? Who said that? Tia. Captain Crunch chicken burger. Oh my God. I wish you would come up here and tell us what that is. But where did you get that at? I know that she went to the rodeo this year. So can you tell us where they have that, where we can find that? Oh, she said Captain. He ain't no real Captain. He ain't get his he ain't go to war for real. So he is Captain. So at the Houston rodeo, that's what I thought. So she was showing me all the stuff that she was doing at the Houston rodeo. So they had transcenders. Listen to this one more time. Captain Crunch chicken burger. Tia, what the heck?
I ain't never heard of it.
I ain't never heard of no malarkey like that. It probably was good though. But I can't even wrap my mind around what that could even be. Like I'm floored with that one, TT.
I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, I love to get I love to the rodeo. Yeah, okay, cowgirl. I love, like James was saying, I love the cheese on a stick. It's a corn dog is good, but when you put the good old cheese stick in there and you bite it in the little cheese pool, that is my favorite. So I definitely really want something. And if you guys weren't aware, Cedar Point is open for Halloween weekends, and they're open all the way to November 2nd. So if you guys want to go get you some sweet treats before the season is closed, make sure you make your way over to Cedar Point. Before next year, it's going to be Six Flags, so we don't know what they will have. Maybe they might be changing everything. So I'm excited. And yes, Cali girl. So when we lived in California, they have this restaurant in all the food courts in the malls called Hot Dog on a Stick. So they would sell corn dogs and cheese on a stick. So that is where I got my love for that at. So ever since then, And she know, yes, because we some Cali girls at heart, okay? So yeah, so let's get back into these topics. I had a little bit more to talk to you guys about Diddy.
Yeah.
We have people coming up with all type of anonymous claims. We have broadcaster Egypt. I know Egypt, you guys know, who was a VJ, DJ, did a lot of things. She was saying how she went on a date with a mystery man, and she said she broke down during the date and something was telling her to get out of there. And she said she got out of there and never looked back. She did not name names. But we're just starting to hear all these stories of people with close encounters, close calls with Diddy. You know what they're calling him, the diddler. They're calling him the
I'm sorry.
the diddler himself.
I laugh every time I hear that.
So yeah, you guys, please leave your comments down below how you are feeling all about Diddy and what's going on. Like, are you scared? Are you sad? Some people are saying that the whole Bad Boy catalog is now in jeopardy because people are not wanting to listen to these songs. I know I was listening to something and I heard Bad Boy. I said, "Uh-oh, wait a minute, I might want to turn on this." You know, I like 112 like the rest of us, but I don't know, the energy was off that day. So
I just think like it is concerning that so many people are coming out now and saying stuff and nobody has really, and they have not said anything, you know, in all these years. You know, that's one thing. But as far as the music though, I'm not even gonna say it's weird, but I can separate the music from the person. Like I really can, because like I still play R. Kelly. I can separate music from the person. So like it's not really gonna affect like me listening, not even to his music. Like I'm gonna still listen to that. And whether it's Total or you know, Total 112, Carl Thomas. I was just playing Carl Thomas album yesterday. Like G Dep. Like you had a lot of artists back in that day that really had good music. And I'm not gonna say that he didn't make good music. So it's not really gonna affect me listening to the music. I can separate the music from the person.
Yeah, I definitely be stepping in the name of love, but I'll definitely give myself a little. Okay, let me make sure I'm good. I'm protected from all the demons. Tia said that it takes me years to talk about trauma, and
Mhm.
sometimes when someone else goes first, it helps. So I
Yeah,
think that's really what happened with the allegations, that these people are reliving, and the crazy thing is I think that some people are actually realizing that that was a traumatic incident. I think that with all the partying and things that's going on, I think that they got, you know, it kind of, especially the wild Diddy parties, got normalized.
yeah.
Let's
I
see
get
what
what
she
Katia's.
said.
Yeah, I get what she's saying in this comment too. I think I should have clarified, because when I said as far as people talking about it now, I mean as far as people who say they saw stuff. I'm not talking about the victim.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, I do understand that Diddy was a very intimidating person, you know, and
Yeah,
it's so crazy because when we looked at the East Coast, West Coast, and you know, we're really looking at Tupac versus Biggie, we really wasn't looking at the people that was pulling the strings, which were
yeah,
Suge Knight and Diddy. And it's crazy that both sides of the coin, the artists are dead and the producers are looking at life in prison. And it's just
yeah.
so crazy that we thought Diddy was, you know, the producer dancing in the videos. You know, we thought he was just a fun guy or whatever. But all this stuff is like, are you more diabolical than Suge? Like, are you the real Suge Knight? Like, I can't believe that this stuff with Diddy is just getting
And then
so
it's funny
intense.
because everybody now saying Tupac was right. You know when when they would be talking about Diddy and whatnot. But yeah,
And
I
it's
meant
crazy that they're saying a lot of people were right.
yeah,
Jaguar, I'll be sure.
yeah,
And I definitely want to talk about Miss Kim Porter. There
absolutely,
are
absolutely.
a lot of calls for her body to be exhumed.
Hmm.
A lot of people are saying we need to exhume the body. We need to go back to the autopsy and make sure that you know, there was no foul play. As
Hmm.
we know, Albie Shore has been having these claims for years. Even with his own health scare, he said that he felt like something was going on, that somebody was doing something to the family. And so now we have this biography, which is so-called unauthorized.
Yeah,
There is evidence that she did send this author this material, but there's no evidence of her saying this is real life, true, my story. So the author is saying, yes, this is what she gave me, but I cannot confirm. The only person that can confirm that this is true is Kim Porter. So a lot of people are reading these allegations. A lot of people are eating them up, saying that this is what really happened. Some people are just saying this is just a book somebody, is peddling. But it's interesting to see that a lot of the excerpts of this book, and keep in mind, this book came out. The information in this book came out before the allegations. So this stuff is lining up almost exactly to what Cassie was saying. So a lot of people are saying this is true. This book is really
something is saying to me that is something is saying to me in my mind that is actually true. I mean, I don't know, but I didn't know that she had written the book, or that that she was planning to release
Yeah, I do remember she was peddling a book before her death. So, and that's what people were saying, that may have attributed to her being in danger, is her writing that book. So it's going to be kind of crazy to see. I think this is going to be bigger than OJ. I think it's going to be bigger than Bill Cosby. Just for the simple fact that
it's already bigger.
Not only what is already bigger. I think this is the case. I think this is the case of the what is it, the 21st century that we're in. I think this is the case of the 21st century. Like, I think this is really the big one right now. Like, this is we're living in the time. This is our OJ. This is our, and it's even worse because social media, we're getting these details and these things out as soon as they're getting put out. We're hearing different stories every day. And then also, not only did he record all of these things, he kept that evidence. So all these tapes and phone calls, and let's not forget, the feds had him under surveillance for a long amount of time. And they said they have phone calls and recordings and things that are going to be put in evidence. So we do not know how in depth this is going to go. And Diddy has said that he's innocent. He has pleaded innocent to these charges. But so it's going to be interesting, because when you plead innocent, you have to go to trial.
Yeah.
So
that's he's fucking himself basically. And when you really look at them not letting him out on not probation, but letting them go home
bail
until the trial started. That probably had a lot to do with them 56 calls that he made to Kalina
to the day before. And so that is where they said that that's where he caught that tampering with evidence, witness tampering charge. And so for them to have that, because they said they have recordings and records of that, so that's already in record. And you were already accused of that. You were accused of blowing up Kid Cudi's car and witness tampering and all this intimidation. So when they got you actually doing that, it just was like, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna let him out. The judge is really, really against it. And the thing is, he has everything at his disposal to leave American soil.
It just, it sucks. And I think a lot of times we be so quick to say that somebody is, that we getting unfair treatment and stuff like that. But it's like, you've seen video now of him beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And they have all this evidence and phone calls and video recordings and all this other stuff. And it's like they have all of this proof, but people still, try to make it look like he's getting railroaded, and like it's just
and I really hate that. I hate that whenever a Black celebrity, especially a male celebrity, is charged with a crime, every other celebrity that has ever been falsely accused always says, jumps on that. And it's just like, I understand that happened to you, but y'all need to have more discernment. And where there's smoke, there's fire. With Bill Cosby, there was always rumors going back to Jell-O pudding. I remember people say, don't eat Bill Cosby's pudding. People would say that as a kid, don't be careful. Bill Cosby put something in pudding. I mean, we had allegations of Bruce Jenner cross-dressing in his first marriage. Like, it's been allegations of people for years and years. And, we've seen, Diddy's parties are legendary. We know that it's going to be wild and crazy and stuff. So why were people so slow to believe the allegations? It just was crazy. And now, instead of people saying, I was wrong or whatever, people just shutting the heck up. They ain't saying nothing. People are unfollowing him. They're deleting every history they have with them. But it's just crazy. You know, we just see like the Young Miamis. We see even Mace is starting to try to, you know, even though he separated himself a long time ago, he's still getting the repercussions of that. We also see Mimi from Love and Hip Hop, who was previously in a relationship with Stevie J. She said that she had a reality show on the table, a dating show, and it got shelved because of Stevie's proximity to Diddy.
You
So
said
not
who
even
had it?
her, Mimi Foss,
Oh,
who
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
is Stevie J's ex-lover and baby mom. She had a reality show, Looking for Love, and it got shelved just because of Stevie's close relationship. And you know, right before Diddy, like we were talking about maybe 2-3 weeks ago, before Diddy got arrested, Stevie J and Diddy were seen out. You know, he had a lot of people supporting him. So it's just going to be interesting to see what's going on. We have a lot more lawsuits coming out, a lot more information coming out. So hopefully we can, you know, get these victims justice. I know a lot of people feel vindicated. I know Cassie has been all smiles. She's been seen out to dinner with her husband. And it's crazy that Diddy was saying she was cheating on me with her husband for years and all this stuff. And actually, one of Cassie's close friends confided in everyone and said that she once was drugged at a Diddy party and she never went around him again. So we do have people being silent, like Lorianne Gibson. A lot of the cast members.
Yeah, that's who I want to hear from.
They said Lorianne, but they have said that when
Well, he used to
exited,
be so mean to her, though.
He was so mean, but when they had their official falling out, they said that she was under an NDA because she never really talked about him ever again. So I wonder if she's still under that or, you know, but they're saying that they have so much evidence that this Diddy is not going to be the only person facing charges. And it's going to be people that were complicit in what he was doing also facing charges, just like R. Kelly. People were, you know, getting charges. And then even if they don't get charges, they are still can get sued in civil court for just being complicit in these crimes. So it's going to be interesting to see how far and long and how wide the Fed's reach is going to be with this investigation. So we are going to keep you guys posted on Diddy Watch. We'll be back next week with more updates. So I have a couple more hot topics I wanted to talk about. We do have Fat Man Scoop's cause of death being revealed. And it has been revealed as natural causes, a result of hypertensive and cardiovascular disease. So our people, Black people, please, you know, start taking our health seriously. We have the highest leading causes of high blood pressure and heart disease. That's really what it was saying, high blood pressure and heart disease. So a lot of that is attributed to our diets, lack of exercise, and just living a fast lifestyle or not really taking care of ourselves. So rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop. What do you think about that, James?
I was just going to say the same thing. Like, so many of us are dealing with that. And it's really, you know, a lot of times it's a matter of making sure that we go to the doctor, you know, have it checked. And if we're supposed to be taking medication, make sure that we're taking our medication regularly.
That's my problem.
Man,
I'm irregular.
That will take you right on out of here. You're gonna have a heart attack or a stroke. That will take you right on out of here.
I looked at my medicine because I got a couple I gotta take. I have to take a lot of vitamins. I looked at them and I said, ain't nobody got time for that. And I rolled over. I said, I'm gonna make me a nice breakfast and I'm gonna take them after my breakfast. James, do you think I took anybody's medicine today? Do you think I took anybody's vitamins, minerals? Barely. You see my water. You see my pop is empty.
Yeah.
But my water is full. So I am going to be going on a health journey. As you guys know, I did lose 100 pounds, over 100 pounds. Yeah. I'm still at the 100 mark, but it was a little 100 and some change. And I'm trying to, you know, I've been exchanging and changing, and you know, I've been gaining and losing the same about 20 pounds. So I'm going to get really consistent with it because
I'm on it.
It's not a joke. Our health is not a joke, and we have too much talent, and it's so much in our culture. So many people that could still be here, but due to just not paying attention to their overall health, you know, these deaths could be really prevented. So rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. So I have our last hot topic of the day that I wanted to talk about with you guys. Tia and Tamera Mowry, guys, our favorite.
We're gonna throw one more in there, but go ahead.
Oh, we're gonna throw one more. Oh, okay, okay. Well, this was my big one that I wanted to talk about. Tia, Tamara, Mari, you guys, our favorite twins. Our Halloween season is coming up, so our favorite twin witches. If you guys know, that's a movie on Disney Channel. That's one of my favorite Halloween movies. Came out when I was younger. So Tia Mari is coming out. She has a new show that is centered around her life, her new life after leaving her marriage, and entering in her 40s, and just really her life after. I think that's what it's called. And so she's really talking about how she dealt with losing her identity after her marriage and losing a lot of relationships. And one of the biggest shocking thing that people were shocked to see is that her saying that her losing her marriage, she lost the closeness to her twin Tamara Mowry. So she's saying now that they're not really that close, they don't talk as much, and that they're kind of at odds right now just by the way Tia wants to live her life. So what do you think about that, James?
I think people are taking it too far, but people don't necessarily know where to take it because she has not really given like a whole lot of context to the comment that she made. So I actually watched because they have a like a teaser of the show on YouTube. I like Tia and Tamara. Like I've always really liked them.
I
actually was looking forward to this show, and I didn't know a whole lot about it, so they didn't promote it very well, if you ask me. But
I did. At all. And Tia has been all over the media, so I was very shocked that they didn't use all of that. She does a lot of TikTok. She's always, doing transitions and all this stuff. And we heard about the show as soon as it was premiering. So it's very, very kind of, I was very wondered about that. And I was a big fan of Tia and Tamara had their own show. Maybe I want to say 15 years ago. It was on like WeTV or Oxygen or something. It was one of the funniest shows. Those girls are hilarious together. So I get what you're saying. She kind of was tight-lipped about it, and I think that's just to get people to watch the show and to see, what was going on. But what do you feel about that? Are you close to your sibling, as close as you were when you were children, or?
You know what? Ironically, Joy and I are closer than what we were when we were kids. But I think that we weren't as close because we was 4 years apart. So, like when she was in junior high school, I still was in elementary school. And then when she was in school, I was in junior high. And we're 4 years apart. So when I got into high school, she was going into college. But it was when she moved away and went to college that we actually got closer, because then I used to go to Virginia and spend like my breaks and stuff with her. So we're actually like way closer than what we were as kids. I think as far as Tia and Tamara, like you have to really look at the dynamic. Like they're identical twins. So they have been with and around each other for all these years, like acting and basically with each other, like they were kind of married to each other.
Because we call them Tia and Tamara. Like it's very hard to say Tia Mowry or Tamara Mowry without wanting to say Tia and Tamara. Tia and Tamara Mowry.
It's like they it's like they practically were married to each other because they was with each other all the time and working together day in and day out. So they got to a place, as a lot of twins do, like they wanted to kind of start building their own identities. So they kind of started separating a little bit like years ago. And I mean, you got to see a lot of that with their reality show that they had on TV. Like they had a lot of the same stuff going, but then they really had more stuff separately. And I think like maybe in that time, I feel like maybe Tia or Tamara wanted to do more with Tia, or one of them wanted to go back to actually doing a show together, and the other one kind of didn't really. Like I feel like they were growing apart. And that's just the reality. Like as you get older, like you start developing and building your own life with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your spouse, and they both got married. And I think they have kids. So it just was a lot. And I just think that you naturally kind of start living your own life. I don't think in any way, shape, or form like they have fallen out where they just don't love each other or anything like that. I just think that they're grown as fuck and like they got their
Right.
own lives going on. And I think that with Tia, you know, and I'm still in the middle of this divorce because you have to consider they were together for 22 years. So
Right. Yeah.
even though
That
they
was
have
her
been apart
only adult
for,
relationship, you know?
yeah, so even though they've been apart for a year or more, it's still fresh to them. It's still fresh to her. So she's lonely as fuck right now. Like she needs somebody to be around. So she wants her sister to be around because, you know, when they had
That's what it's
issues
always been,
before,
you know.
when they had issues before, they went to each other. Like they was there for each other. So it's just like with you and Katia, and like if something's going on, you want your sisters because y'all are
Yeah.
close like that. So like if y'all got to a space where they was married and you was married and y'all had your own stuff going on, like regardless of how close y'all still are and how much y'all love each other, it's not like you can just go and intrude and just, you know, just go stay with Katia just like that because she got a husband now. She got kids.
Right.
Kind of stuff. Like, I think that's really a lot of it. And because she didn't really go past the part of I wish me and my sister was close, people are taking it as though they don't talk to each other no more.
People are saying,
I just
acting
think
like
that's
she's
people
saying, me and my
instigating.
sister beefing. We ain't cool. I
Yeah.
don't rock with her. You know, it just was.
I just think
It's
people
just,
instigating. I think they instigate.
yeah, but I
And
think
I'm quite
that
sure.
was part of
I'm
the
quite
marketing
sure
too.
it's
I
gonna
think.
come. I'm quite sure it's gonna come around probably through the season, and Tamara probably will pop up, or they'll have a conversation or something. And I haven't interviewed them before, but I interviewed Taj before, and just from talking to him and him talking about the family and all of that kind of stuff, I think they're close knit enough that I'm quite sure that she talked to Tamara about this before this, because this stuff was recorded months ago. It ain't like they just recorded it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm quite sure she talked to Tamara and said, "Hey, listen, I do talk about this or whatever, and this is going to happen." So I, even though people are kind of like roasting Tamara right now, I don't think that she went into this blind and didn't know that it was coming. And then the reality too is that a lot of people are really roasting Tamara about her husband, and you know a lot of the comments that he be making that are seemingly racist and stuff.
The political, you know, their political stance, and you know the comments, like you said, the pseudo racist comments and things like that. Because for a while people were saying, you know, we only acknowledge Tia, we don't acknowledge the other one, and you know they kind of went on their different trajectories. You know, Tia remained acting and Tamara went on to host. You know, she was on The Real for all that time, so it was like they had two rigorous schedules that were no longer together. They were no longer working together. They didn't have that, you know, relationship anymore. So I just think that growing apart, and what people don't understand about marriage is, you know, it does say you leave your family and start anew. You know, you start a new family. So when you're married, I feel like when they were married, they had their own, you know, families going on, and they had that to focus on. And now Tia's single, and she's like, hey, you know, I want my sister back. I want this, and it's like, girl, I'm still a wife. I still have, you know, I still got my husband and my duties and things. So I think that, you know, I could say that, you know, coming from a long-term relationship myself and then becoming single, and then your friends being in those relationships, you're in two different places in your life. So like I'm single, I'm able to go out and go into town and date and have these experiences. And my friends, they on lockdown, they're married, they're, you know, they're in a totally different space. So we're no longer just, you know, simpatico. We're no longer just the same. So I think that's where a lot of it comes from. But you know, they had a great show. I was going and rewatching some of their old clips. You know, they were really close, trying each other's breast milk and, you know, stuff like that. Like they were really, really close. And I can't say that, you know, me and my sister, we be like that too. So it's just, it's crazy to see people that are so super close. So I do understand, you know, going through, and with me and my own sisters, we go through ebbs and flows of our relationship where I'm closer to one sister at this time and I'm closer to this one. Like me and Katia are very, very close, but she down there in Texas with Carisha. So Carisha thinks she just her sun and moon. And what am I? I'm chopped liver now because y'all down
Right.
there making memories. Y'all hoes making memories without me.
Uh-huh.
This can't stand. So so I definitely I hope that during the season, because I'm gonna be tuned into the show. I hope during the season we get to see them reconciling and coming together. But I do feel like, and Tia is, a lot of people are saying Tia is doing too much. She's posting all this stuff, she's dressing different, she's saying all these things and stuff. And I do know, after being in a relationship, especially being unhappy for so long, you do kind of pop out and you be just going crazy, just so I think she's just in a part where she just wanting to celebrate herself, express her emotions, and keep it real about what's going on and what life is like after divorce and after leaving that only adult relationship and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see on the show how how that goes down, and what they have in store, because I love them girls. Like, y'all gotta come on now, y'all gotta stay together. What I'm gonna do without my T and Tamara?
Yeah, I think it's good because I think it's really good because it's like, just like you said, like it shows kind of the ins and outs and ups and downs of going through a divorce. And I listen, I know it firsthand. So I know it firsthand, and it takes a long time for some people, and then some people just breeze right through it and like whatever, and just be on to the next. But it's a lot, because and she says in the first episode, like, she's lonely as fuck. She don't want to be alone. She don't want to be by herself. But she realizes too that they're just not in that place where they should be together anymore. And like, that shit happens. Like, it happens. Like, you grow apart, or I mean, whatever the case may be. And it don't have to be about infidelity or nothing like that. Like, sometimes it just ain't the situation though. And like, it's time to move on or whatever.
And people got to realize that it's nothing wrong with leaving relationships. People can leave. I know that it might hurt, or you might be like, oh, after all that time, but it's like, people,
right. But
everything is not meant to last forever. But it's like, goodness, like, let people move on with their life and have a new life. Like,
but they good people, they good parents, they take care of their
absolutely
kids. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's, and just like when she gave him the hug on the red carpet, and they was like, oh, it was so awkward, and it's like, well, what do you expect it to be? Like, they're suddenly not together anymore, and they've been together for 22 years, and they haven't seen each other on the red carpet or nothing like that in a long time. Usually, she went to these events. He never went to it. So now,
and
like,
if he was with her. So it's like,
awkward. It's weird, but they'll get past it. They will get past it. And I mean, it looks like they're co-parenting together very well. And it looks like the kids are adjusting. I mean, the boy, the son, I said the boy, the son didn't want to be on camera, which is odd, because when she did the show before, he was actually on camera. Like, he would come on camera.
Right. Yeah. But he was always very shy. And if
yeah,
you watch
but maybe
a lot of
because he's
her,
been older too,
yeah, if you watch a lot of her TikToks and stuff, he's always trying to dodge the camera. So I think that's kind of on brand for him. But a lot of celebrity children, we're seeing a trend of them not wanting to be on camera, because you have to understand, these kids got to go to school. They going and getting ridiculed and things like that. So yeah. But you guys, let us know, drop down below and tell us about your relationships. Are you guys close with your siblings? Do you guys wish you were closer? Do you not are you no contact with your siblings? Share your story. Katia says boys go through that. Yes, they do.
They do. They absolutely
I remember my nephew, her son, I mean, we couldn't get that boy. It's probably a section of his life that he's not pictured, because he would not take pictures. He wouldn't join in any family stuff. Like, so I definitely understand that. But I did the same, matter of fact, I did the same thing. Hold on. It's coming back to me. Might be a teenager thing or something. But yeah, you guys, we love T and Tamara. So we are hoping that you guys get it back together, and we're looking forward to Tia Mowry's new show.
Yeah.
James, I know you said it was something else you wanted to talk about.
So, the big thing right now, and this just happened last night or yesterday, but the big thing right now is T.I., Tiny, and the OMG girls, $71 million that they got from the lawsuit the toy company that basically their name and likeness. And yeah, $71 million. I didn't have a whole lot of time. Hey, Kimmy, I didn't have a whole lot of time to actually pull up like the case and all of that stuff for all of the details. What I do know and remember is that they actually had lost the case before, or
yeah, they did.
And I'm hearing that this was the third time. I thought it was the second time, but
the first time they did it quietly. The second time they made it more public, and then the third time they came with a lot more evidence.
gotcha.
So with this case, they came in with basically shot for shot of what was stolen, and I mean, it was clear as day to anybody with eyes to see that the OMG girls were literally turned into dolls, the OMG dolls, and they stole their complete style. So this time with the case, and you could look, and I think on the Shade Room they had a breakdown, and you could see the girl's outfit and then the doll inspired, and then
Yeah.
the outfit and the doll inspired. I mean, it was literally outfit, hair, makeup, style, and these girls, I mean, they were around my niece's time. My niece and my daughter loves OMG girls.
Yeah.
Hey to all our transcenders out there. What's up, Corey? So yeah, so it was clear to anybody with eyes that these girls had a specific style. They were even ridiculed for their style because they were having crazy hair, big clothing, and just they were dressed like living dolls. And for somebody to steal that and them to not get any money, and people were wondering why T.I. and Tiny filed the lawsuit and why the girls didn't, and they were under their management during this time. So T.I. and Tiny basically owned everything. So I'm hoping, which everybody else's hope, is that they can give some money to the girls, because the girls are now adults. They're on tour right now with Escape.
Yeah.
So hopefully these girls, they have kids, they have new albums and things to pay for. So hopefully they're looking for a big payday. Yeah, this is crazy. So what do you think? Did you think that it was like they had a right to that money?
I thought that they did have a right. I wasn't sure what happened like the first and the second time, like when they went to court.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could look at the dolls and just know, instantly that they stole it. I mean, it was very clear cut. I don't know what necessarily happened the first time. I know that Tiny talked about it a little bit.
They were saying they were looking to settle.
Yeah, and Tiny talked about it a little bit, and she said that she thinks also because like the last time the jurors it was like a lot of elderly people, and they just wasn't,
so they didn't understand. But when the judge dismissed it, he dismissed it without precedent. So that means that they could always come through. Katia says, "I thought them dolls was them." Oh wow.
Yeah. So they basically stole their name and they style and all of that stuff. So I think that's dope, and I can appreciate the fact and really applaud T.I. and Tiny for continuing to push the issue. Like they lost the first time and they took it back, and it went sour again and they took it back because they knew. Like, a lot of times people, they would have took that first no and just be like, well, we tried. So I can appreciate
but T.I. and Tiny had the funds.
Yeah, thank God that they had the money to keep it going, because now they're getting their money back. $71 million. That's dope. Like, that's mad dope. So like I'm happy for them. And I'm happy for the girls.
We have one of our transcenders coming through with another story. I just seen a video of T.I. and Boosie telling their sons not to have guns in their music video. So I also saw this today. If you guys don't know, I think it was King, the one that's the son known for being bad, and Boosie's son. King is he one of them. He one of them. My grandma raised me. He wild. So King and Boosie's son were shooting a music video. They are so-called collabing on some new music. And T.I. and Boosie saw them on live with the gun shooting the video. So they pulled up to the video shoot and basically tried to shut everything down and say that this is not the way. This is not what y'all should be doing. Now, keep in mind, Boosie and T.I. have had many videos with guns.
Yeah.
So I know they kids like, boy, bye. They probably ain't even thinking about them. But I do want to shout out to the parenting because, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
But at least they're trying to steer these kids in another direction. And we do
Yeah.
have word that King is going to become a father soon, that he has a child on the way. And that T.I. has become a first-time grandparent because his son Messiah also welcomed a child earlier this year. Um, Tiny's daughter has, I think, 2 children, but this is the first time that T.I.'s biological children are having children. So he is becoming Papa T.I.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, we're transgender. Corey saying King thinks he's hard.
Right.
Boy been rich forever, silver spoon.
Right.
Like,
Right.
absolutely. And sometimes these children of especially gangster rappers or rappers with a lot of street cred, you know, they try to prove themselves, especially their toughness, their, you know, their name in the street. And I feel like King, especially with the way he looked, I think because he looked, you know, very like kind of like Tiny, very, you know, fair skinned and things. I think that he really wanted to prove that he is hard and that he wasn't born with a silver spoon. And that's where that, you know, every kid got to get it off the mud. Yeah, my parents didn't raise me and stuff, but it's like we was watching the family hustle. So it's like, I don't know. You know, I wasn't there behind the scenes, but it's like, you know, what do you need to do that for? A lot of T.I. sons have gone into rap. Messiah is very, very good. He's a good artist. He reminds you of like a J. Cole, Damani as well. They have that whole, you know, cool type of vibe. So we'll be looking forward to some music from them. But what do you think about T.I. and Boosie doing a pull up?
You know, in one respect, you know, a lot of people want to salute him for doing that. But the thing is, like, and I mean, the thing is, honestly, is that this is, you know, this is what he's seen you doing for years, and I think that's where people don't necessarily think about their kids. But you know, we tell our kids to do X, Y, Z, and then when we're doing something else, that's really what they're paying attention to. Like they're not really paying attention to what you're telling them if you're doing something different. So I just think it's a, you know, it's a lesson, you know, for them. Um, I mean, I would say that T.I. would probably take the lesson probably before Boosie. But I mean, I just think,
You
I
know,
mean,
T.I., you know,
it's a
T.I.
lesson.
at
You don't want to
home
hold them to the fire forever because I mean,
left that
at
video
this
shoot
point,
saying
the water,
everything.
you know, at this point, the milk is spilled now. So you done fucked them up already. But at least they're, you know, at least they had the wherewithal or, you know, the thought process to go to the video shoot and say, listen, don't do that. And that's not the way. And, you know, people can reform and change and whatnot. And, you know, the reality is T.I., you know, was always caught up in a lot of shit. But, you know, he cleaned a lot of that up. But I just think in terms of the kids and kind of teaching them and showing them the right way, it kind of was too late for them because they were already past like the molding years where you really teach your kids, you know, those values and, you know, characteristics and whatnot.
And
But
he was having his own legal issues during those prominent, you know,
yeah,
times. So he
yeah,
was gone and
absolutely.
dealing with a lot of those and touring. So,
Yeah,
you know, I don't think that they really got the, I think people look at celebrities as, you know, this lifestyle. And a lot of people, they got it out the mud and then they start talking about it. And then they want their kids to not look up to that life. But that's what
right,
you're promoting. That's, you know,
right,
what you're
right.
putting out to the community. You're putting that out to other people's children and expecting your child not to soak it up like everybody else.
Yeah. But I
So, but
just
I
think, you
know,
know, it's a, you know, it's a different dynamic because like you said, like he was going through a lot of his own legal issues and stuff, you know, when they were in like that molding stage and they really just had, you know, Tiny at the time. And then the kids, you know, who have, you know, their own mother.
and
You
then the
know,
grandmother as
yeah,
well
that,
that
the
you know, stepped
grandmother as
in.
well. But even with that village that they had, like they didn't have their father.
They
And
didn't have
like
the father.
that affects different kids different. So some kids can move past that and still excel and do well and know right from wrong and do right instead of wrong. And then some kids can't. So I mean, you know, it's it's evidently there's a lot that the kids weren't necessarily getting. I mean, obviously they had everything that they needed and wanted, like monetarily and clothes and all of that kind of stuff. But it's a lot of stuff that they evidently wasn't getting. Like which one that was King too, wasn't it? Where he was
Yep.
yeah, where he couldn't spell.
Yeah, he was saying he didn't get a good education because of Atlanta's school systems, even though the
Uh,
children were in private schools and
uh,
some of
uh,
the best
I'm like, stop.
some
Like,
of the best schools,
you can't blame the
you
school
know.
system, but you can't blame the school system, but so much because as a parent, it starts at home. So
Yeah, but they didn't even go to the schools. They were going to private schools and getting tutors and things like
right,
that. So
right,
it's like, what are you thinking? I know King be having T.I. and Tiny's blood pressure running high. I know when T.I. left that video shoot, he probably was cussing and saying all kind of big words. He was in that car indubitably and malarkey and this
yeah,
this is gonna lead to the demise of the children of the generation. You know how he be talking. He probably was
yeah.
cut. He had his dictionary and everything. Let's
And
see.
listen,
Corey
like we
said,
can't. I'm like none of us are perfect. So like, yeah, I got a kid who's 18, but and I've done a lot of this stuff and seen a lot of this stuff. But the reality is, a lot of us when we become parents, we don't know what the hell we doing because I didn't know what the hell I was doing when Elijah was born. Like I had no clue. But you know right from wrong, and you know what you want to teach your kids, and you got to show them something different. And again, like when they're in like them toddler years and like 4, 5, 6, 7, like you got to be teaching them and showing them the way that they need to go, because once they get 9, 10, 11, you can't tell them nothing.
it's
Like
yeah,
and
it's over
you
by
can't really
then.
tell them nothing, and he didn't really clean it up until they was like
Until they was like 15,
11,
16, going on
12,
grown. A
15.
lot of them, you
So I mean,
know.
I think that given the circumstances, I think that I think that they're still in pretty fair shape. Some a little bit more than the others. And I think the ones that you know that have a different mom, I feel like they're a little bit better off. Like, what's her name? What's the girl's name?
The Deja,
Deja. I was gonna say Deja.
Messiah,
Like I think
Deja,
Deja and
Messiah, and
Messiah
Damani,
and Damani are like a little bit
different
better off,
mothers.
but they
Yes,
have a
because
different
they didn't
mom though.
grow
And,
up
and I'm not saying
in that
anything
household.
negative. Yeah, and I'm not saying anything negative about Tiny. I just think that given the dynamic and Ti was away, and then Tiny was still kind of pushing escape, and she was doing the reality show, and she was doing this, and she was like, I
Yeah.
think that it's like she kind of didn't really have time to be like that full-time hands-on mom because she had a whole lot of other stuff going on. So then that's where grandma came in. And once the grandparents are like at that age, like they can't do this so much. Like a lot of shit you gonna get away with grandma.
Yeah, you just maybe
So
just making sure you at either 8, you going to school.
yeah,
That's about it.
yeah.
And
So
so
I
yeah, we
don't know. I mean, I think that given the circumstances, they're in pretty fair shape. But I do think that Damani Messiah and Deja are in like far better shape. Like Deja went to
yeah.
school, and Damani and Messiah, like Damani's doing music, and his music is more along the lines of like I was gonna say Bob Marley, but not Bob Marley, but
I would say
he's
J.
doing like folk
Cole or
music and
yeah.
he's playing guitar, and it's really dope.
It's
Like it's
so oh my
cool.
god with his guitar and stuff. He reminds me of
Yeah.
oh my like Jimi Hendrix type
Yeah, that's what I
vibe.
was trying to
Yeah.
think of. And I think it's
Yeah.
dope to see him go in that direction, despite the fact that Ti is like this huge rapper. Like he's going
Yeah.
like it. Like I think that's really, really, really dope.
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
that is
seen what Messiah is doing. I didn't realize that he had a baby.
yeah, so Messiah definitely welcomed a child. And he does music as well. And
Yeah.
he does that have that cooler, like I said, he has more of a J. Cole vibe, and
Okay.
Damani is more of a Jimi Hendrix rock.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool. Yeah, he said he's on his J. Cole,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think
So
that's
we
super
had
dope.
we had a lot of comments, James. You had people agreeing with you,
But
100%,
listen, I
100%.
listen. I appreciate Corey. Like I appreciate you, and let me please say, like I do not know everything. Like let's listen. I ain't perfect, and I think as parents we all make some mistakes and whatnot. But like I tried my very, very, very best to show Elijah like the right way and make sure that he knew right from wrong and make sure that I was doing the stuff that I told him that he needed to do.
Mhm.
And I mean, you
Kids
know, I think it
will
pays
look at
off.
what you're doing more than what you're saying a
Absolutely,
hundred times
absolutely,
over.
absolutely. So like, I think it absolutely paid off. Like he in school, like he's doing good. Like he doing really, really good with electrical engineering and calculus. And I'm like, okay.
Ooh.
And I mean, this comes from, having ADHD and all of that stuff. And it's crazy because like he wasn't no different than what I was as a kid. And like
Well,
when
they
you and
say most of us
like
are
they ain't
undiagnosed.
label us like that. They just said we was bad as hell and get your shit together.
Girl, you know
And
he don't pay attention. He need to sit down.
right. But I mean, but still though, like he comes from that kind of a background and like he doing really, really good and staying in the dorm and like so I think
Congratulations.
a lot of it is really about what you show your kids. So hopefully things get better for them. I am happy that they won this lawsuit though because
I
the
mean, it was clear. It was
is,
clear as day. It was clear as
but,
day.
but but the
They were,
reality too is like the girls they probably wouldn't have pursued it this way because they're young, so they don't really know a whole lot of that
and
stuff. So it may
that company is known for getting away with stuff
yeah
because this is the same company that the founder left Barbie and made Bratz. So they took a
wow.
lot of so they had to there was a lot of fighting and money between them, whether they stole and based Bratz off of Barbie.
I didn't
So
realize that.
so this is the same parent company that did
I
the
love
Bratz,
listen, I love
they
you right
did
back.
the Monster High, they did OMG Girls. So they have a history of kind of looking at something and seeing something that they want. I'm not going to say steal, but they, whatever they was doing. But it's nice to see our Black people getting what's theirs.
Yeah,
And to
yeah,
have somebody that they had the funds, they had the time, they had the
yeah.
attorneys. A lot of us don't have that. So,
And that's
so
cool
thank
because yeah,
you.
just like you just said, like a lot of people they would have did that first lawsuit, and it's like your funds get depleted really quickly when you got lawyers and attorneys you paying and all of that kind of stuff. So like the fact that they kept it going and pursued it because they knew that they was right. I salute them for that because the girls now see too, like fight for your stuff. Fight
I
for your
think that it's a time, especially with us Black people. I think we're going through another, civil rights type of movement.
yeah,
I think at first it was good enough to just not be beaten on, go to work, not be attacked by dogs, and I
yeah,
think it was our first, civil rights just to live, just to be able to live and not be killed. And I think now people especially are pushing for the rights of this is not right. This was done to me. This is wrong. This is actually impeding on what my real civil rights should be. So
absolutely.
I love to see that. And any of our transcenders, if you've been wrong, use this as a stepping stone and as an example that we can, fight for what's ours. And
Yeah, absolutely.
a lot of times now that I'm seeing we're actually getting our justice. So
Yeah,
it's nice to see.
yeah. I think when we do it the right way and we come at them right and we bring all of the facts to the table, like they can't do nothing but side with us when they know we right. So like I
Hmm.
think that's dope. Like salute to Ti and Tiny and the girls like for doing
Hmm.
this and pursuing it and getting their money. It was funny because Ricky Smiley and I think this is cool too. And this is how I really model the company. Like with Ricky Smiley and his show, like he's building relationships with these people. So it was funny because the Brat was doing the story on on the hotspot. And when she got to talking about it, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna call Tiny right now. So he calls her on the air. So the phone rings. Look, the phone ringing, and then somebody picked up the phone. It sounded like it probably was Ti or whatever. And they was like some little mumble jumble or something. And then she got on the phone. She was like, "Hello."
Not you sounded just like her.
Yeah, he was like, "Hello," and he was like, "Tiny." And he's like, "Congratulations, this Ricky Smiley. Congratulations on your win." And he was like, "Listen, I need you to meet me at Target because I need."
Listen, I need a cool 2 million. I ain't gonna ask for too much. Just two of them.
Right.
That ain't y'all got 71 million. Y'all just need 2. That's it. I ain't gonna be greedy.
Right. But no, I think that's dope. So salute to them. But that was the last story though. That was what I wanted to put out there because that's kind of the big thing going on.
No, it was.
Last tour. Did you see that?
Oh, wait.
Look, she going on tour in January. Sherry Shepherd got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Congratulations, Sherry.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I ain't going to the Mary J concert unless she's singing the chicken. What's that song? Chicken, lettuce, wrapped up in a tortilla. Whatever song she had. You don't remember when she had that Burger King commercial about the snack wraps?
No.
Singing a chicken.
I gotta search that on YouTube now because I don't know what you talk. I gotta. I'm gonna search that on YouTube now. You going to the concert because I'm going.
Commercial. Let me tell you that had me ready. I'm like, okay, what's on it, Mary? I'm about to get one right now, baby.
You going because I'm going. I'm going. We gonna have some close-up seats. So listen.
Oh, you know, with me,
I don't miss a Mary J show. Not now. I don't miss
our seats can always get closer. You know me.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that to you to get our tickets. Get us the closest ones. I see that.
No, I'm saying look, we got a chicken wing right there for Mary.
Yeah.
Yes. Corey know what's up. No, I'm saying you get the tickets. Now me, I'm gonna get the climbing over the seats. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about my ticket. God. James, you know how I get down. I'll be like, I'll be right back.
You gonna fuck around and be one of the background dancers.
Hey, so take me
right
as I am. Don't get me started now. I gotta update my Mary J playlist now. I gotta put on some. I gotta get some boots.
I'll see you.
Some Mary J boots. See, you done started something, James. You done started something now.
Well, listen. We appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank y'all for hanging out with us until 9:30. Of course we started late. We gotta get better. But
we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together.
We had I don't know how we always had technical difficulties. Because I text you first, like I'm coming. The computer is just all jacked up.
Computer down. But hey, we gonna always get through it. You know it.
I know, but listen, just to kind of update you guys, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. I don't know if any of you realize, but we do have the new site up, which actually has all of our past episodes. That is UG Digital. I'm gonna pull it up right now so I can tell y'all. This is new, but I appreciate you guys so much more than you could ever know. Is UGD Podcasting and Radio.info. That's all you got to type in. No www or nothing like that. Just type in UG Digital Podcasting and Radio.info, and that will pull up all of our past episodes. You guys can see all of this past season, all of the last season. Transcending Drake or Kendrick. Listen, I rock with Kendrick. Like right now, I'm rocking with Kendrick, and I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I never have really cared a whole lot for Drake. Like, I swear to God, every album he put out, I like maybe 1 or 2 songs, maybe 3.
Oh man!
So I'm gonna rock with Kendrick right now. But
what
about you?
Let me put my 2 cents in. Now listen. I'm all for Drake. I'm trying to. You used to call me on my cell phone. Like I be trying to dance. I'm not trying to listen to the word. I'm not trying to tender be rapping too hard. I be like, turn it down, baby. I'm not feeling it. But I definitely like. I definitely love They Not Like Us. I think that he did something really clever with that, and I think that he pulled a Uno reverse on Drake because Drake is used to winning rap battles with the most popular song. He doesn't care about the rap. He always has the most popular song. So Drake in my heart, it will always be in my heart. I love him. He gonna be on repeat all the time. I listened to some Drake today. I listened to Drake and Sexy Red this morning. But Kendrick won. He won the battle. He won the war. Yeah, he won with this Kendrick versus Drake. I know the day of the Super Bowl, Drake better go out of town. I know he's gonna be crying. I know he's like, you need to go somewhere. You need to go somewhere where they're not even. Listen, I would cry some tears if I know that all of America's gonna be singing Lover Boy certified PDF file about me. would be. Oh, I would be. Oh, I would
Look,
be
you
mad.
so
I would
right,
be
Corey.
trying to.
You so right. They always want to turn up.
What he say? Girls never love conscious rap. They always want to turn up. You know it. You know it. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that at all. But
No, I
sometimes you
think
gotta pop out and show. You know it. The song is fire. The song is fire. Drake will always have my heart, but Kendrick, you did your big one with that. So he
she
deserved.
said
He definitely
sometimes you
deserved.
gotta pop out and show it. So she gonna be the Tiffany Haddish of the group. She
No, but that's well, that's one of the lyrics from the Kendrick song. So she, you know, she's saying she F with the Kendrick song, but she also flip flopping like me because we see Aubrey. Aubrey Drake Graham. You know, we know the full name. I rocks with Drake. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I love Drake, but Drake, the week of the Super Bowl, you go ahead and book you a trip out to see somebody. You go to Bali, Indonesia, you go to Japan, Korea, you go somewhere where you know they ain't watching the Super Bowl, and you just take your day. You just have your emotional day. And you know, you'll be back on top soon. You'll be back on top, big dog.
Okay, look. I got another question here. What you think about the Lil Wayne stuff? You know, like as far as him not getting the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we on the same page with that one. Okay.
Am I supposed to care that you didn't get picked out of 1,000 people? Listen, I love me some Wayne. But Wayne is not one of the best live performers I've seen. I would go to a Wayne concert strictly off I would be rapping every lyric, but I've seen a lot of footage to know he's not that great of a performer. He does not, first of all, it's widely known that he does not practice. He does not show for sound checks. He's not practicing choreography. He's not practicing stage presence, anything. Now, he does do a lot with live music. He'll play the guitar, but that is not what makes a Super Bowl performance. And when has the Super Bowl ever cared about where it was located?
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure last year, where was it at? Where Usher was performing? That wasn't his hometown, was it?
Right.
So it's like, it doesn't matter that it's in New Orleans. They pick the artist. They pick whoever's on top. Usher had an amazing year last year. Kendrick is having an amazing run. So I get that why he got picked. Now, me, I would have picked Drake to perform because Drake got a little bit more he got a more popular catalog than Kendrick. But you can't go to any sport.
But he ain't performing that whole catalog though. He only got 12 minutes.
But I'm just saying he has more of a, like, think about Rihanna's performance. Even though, you know, she went through a lot of her most popular songs. Drake has a lot of those. Kendrick doesn't have that many to me. Yeah. I'm gonna listen to Swimming Pools. Love Me. What else? The Rihanna song. Kendrick got a couple songs I rock with, but I'm interested to see what it's gonna come up with, you know. But you know, knowing him, he might perform not like us 3-4 times in a row like he did at his concert and just call it a day.
Nah, and who knows? You know, maybe he might bring Wayne out or something.
No, that's not gonna happen. Now that happen. Kendrick, if you guys don't know, Kendrick is a very big, and just like Corey said, Wayne is the GOAT. Kendrick is a very big Wayne fan. He has come to him plenty of times. They've worked together. But it's very clear that Wayne and Nicki Minaj are standing with Drake in this beef, just by what they've been saying and things like that. But I don't know. Oh, he said Drake's a Scorpio, just like me. So I know he's gonna cry. You know what, actually, I know he's gonna cry.
When you just said all of that, now this tell you how much, for as much as I do follow, just tell you where I don't follow. Because when you just pointed out the fact that Nicki and Wayne are very much standing with Drake, it's clearly. I wasn't even thinking about all of that. I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm like, why she bring Drake up? What's it? But no, I got you. I got you.
Kim, she said she don't do Drake.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Kimmy Cakes.
Like You don't like Drizzy Drake? Aw, dang. Oh man.
Well, listen,
But yeah, that was an interesting conversation. Thank you to all the transcenders that
absolutely.
came in tonight. Shout out to Kim, Corey, Katia. We
Absolutely.
had some interesting conversations. Thank you for bringing up some different topics for us to talk about. And always,
Absolutely.
Kathy, Miss Kathy,
And Linda
Linda
and
Griffin.
Kathy.
We got everybody.
And
So
listen,
thank you guys for coming in. This was a wonderful
right.
conversation.
I appreciate everybody, and I want to make sure that we shout out
Nob'l.
Yeah, I was getting the Nob'l, but
I was like, Nob'l. Let's not forget Nob'l.
no, I was gonna say I want to make sure that we shout out Tiff.
Yes, Tiff.
Definitely make sure we shout out Tiff.
Our rounded out to our co-host, to our transcenders.
Absolutely.
She is out celebrating Diane Milliron's birthday.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, cuz.
And then definitely, once again, shout out to Nob'l for coming on to the show. Definitely really good conversation. And
make sure you guys look him up and you guys check him out. And that's Nob'l, Nobl apostrophe.
Or Nob
apostrophe L. Yeah, there we go. And I'll be mad about people messing up my apostrophe in my name. So
like when you search him on the streaming platforms, you got to put that apostrophe in there.
Apostrophe, exactly, or it won't pop up.
Don't, then it pulls up. It'll pull up Young Nob'l from the Outlaws, and
there's another artist that's named it's just Nob'l. Yeah, so it's Nob apostrophe L. Look, y'all are helping me through work. I'm glad we can help you through work. And you guys remember, you can always catch our episodes after the show, and they'll be up on UG Digital. And then if you guys are our Facebook friends or follow our YouTube, everything will be on there. So if you guys got to work tomorrow, you can check us out then.
And you guys can follow me across all platforms at I am James Grant. And
you guys can follow me at Cat Queen, all platforms. And I will be posting some more videos. We got some exciting stuff in the works, and we're going to be posting and getting some more of you guys' opinions, just like tonight. So if you guys have any topics you want to talk about, definitely drop them down below or write them on our page, and we will definitely talk about them next week.
Absolutely. And actually, leading up to the next show, we're going to actually start posting some topics on Instagram and on our Facebook group. We'll be inviting people to the Facebook group, and we'll get some topics going that then we can talk about that stuff on the show as well, in addition to the guests that we'll have. So, that's it. But we appreciate you guys for, kicking it with us tonight. I know we were on quite a bit. So, you got anything else before we shut down?
No, that's it.
All right, y'all. So listen, y'all have a great night. I know it's Tuesday. Have a good Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of the week. We will be back with you guys next Tuesday. Hey, keep in mind, the new station, the new radio station is launching Friday at midnight. UG Digital Radio. We are launching Friday at midnight. The entertainment plug returns on Saturday, so that will be live on the air 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Saturday. So make sure that you guys are tuned in. We will be streaming also on the radio station. Will actually be a part of TuneIn as well. So you can download the TuneIn app, or you could go to tunein.com as of Friday at midnight and pull us up. You'll be able to listen to us live. Of course, you can get the TuneIn app on your phones. We also
also keep watching to see how you can get your music on our radio station.
Absolutely. We have a whole new show that's going to be coming onto the station at the top of 25. So keep a lookout for that. That is UGD Live. And I'll actually begin posting tomorrow who my guest is on the Entertainment Plug on Saturday. So we'll be live on Saturday. Station will be up live Friday at midnight. So, and we also have a mobile app in the works too. So that's going to be going, and eventually we'll be a part of CarPlay and all that stuff, so that you can get, you can have us in your car and all that stuff. So we got a whole lot of stuff coming. Listen, this entrepreneurship thing, this is the kick, man. I'm loving this stuff, but we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We are closing out now. You guys have a great evening, and we'll be up with y'all.
See y'all next time.
Yes.
Bye.